Chosen one, you've got so many people prying and inquiring about you because your new life unlocked. Busybodies need a hobby, and that's exactly why the energy around you feels loud right now. To those watching, your unpredictability is terrifying. They can't track you anymore. And that's the point. The calculations no longer add up for anyone observing you. You're becoming selective, intentional, inaccessible. This is the beginning of your lucky streak. You need to sit down for this. Brace yourself. You're about to get a lot of unwanted attention. And during this unwanted attention, because you're moving at a different pace, you're going to be clocking many different things. You need to listen to your intuition. Listen to what you're being told, how you're being prompted. When you're being told to move, that's when you move. When you're being told to sit, that's when you sit. You're getting all this unwanted attention because you're refusing to go along with what's popular. You're refusing to do what everybody else is doing. And you're also realizing that people are trying to hide something from you. People are acting real strange, doing really weird things. Clock that. It's not for no reason. You're being shown things that maybe you don't need in your life anymore. Certain bonds you might be breaking, certain ties you might be snipping. There's a lot of weirdness that you're going to be aware of, while also seeing that you have bigger fish to fry. Because right now you've got people trying to dig up anything on you, trying to dig up dirt, snooping, and also trying to get in your head. These are people who feel like there's unfinished business with you, and feeling perplexed. So you've got perplexed people out here. People with a lot of unwanted attention on you, people currently trying to spy on you as this new you is emerging, people trying to wish for certain things to happen to you because observers see how happy your life is right now. These are janky little spies, but here's what your observers don't understand. Your spirit team is protecting you. Your divine protection is real. These people want to get in your head and it's never going to work. The math is never going to work for your observers. Watchers are losing their minds because of the intimidation from the power you hold. You're showing people that you have power, you have favor, and you're not even trying to use it against anybody. But it's good to know you have this. You're finding calm in your life. You're finding calm and peaceful solutions to conflict that people are trying to bring into your life. Right now there are specific people checking on you multiple times throughout each cycle, refreshing your profiles, looking at who liked your posts, screenshotting things to analyze later, comparing what you're doing now to what you were doing before, building timelines in their head, trying to piece together what changed and when it changed and how it changed. These people are genuinely bothered that access to you isn't what it used to be. You're not responding as fast, you're not sharing as much, you're not available for random calls or texts, you're not showing up to things you used to show up to, and instead of respecting that you've created boundaries, observers are taking it personally, making it about them, thinking you're hiding something from them specifically. But you're not hiding anything, you're just protecting what you're building, you're guarding your peace, you're selective about who gets to know what you're doing because you've learned that not everyone deserves that information. Some people ask questions, not because caring about the answer exists, but because gathering intelligence is the goal. Wanting to know your business, so reporting back to someone else becomes possible, or so using it against you later stays an option. Or so copying what you're doing can happen. Your future is not only promising, it's going to be very fulfilling. Your lucky streak, your winning streak begins now, and you're not giving up. You're giving it all you've got, but in a different way. You're not trying to be controlling. You're not trying to be stressed out or feel pressured. Now here's where it gets good. There's someone around you going through a lot of karma right now. These people are realizing something in which investment happened, whether it was a relationship or a marriage. It's not working, it's all going downhill. Investment of whatever was had for nothing. Doing things wished undone for nothing. Selling soul basically for nothing. And these people are trying to make you feel bad about the power you hold, but you're never going to do that. People see you have a heart of gold. You're someone with pure intentions, but observers are trying to dig up dirt like that's going to faze you. You're aware of the dirt in your life and it's in your rear view. You are kind, you are generous, and you have a very lucky break on the way. An unexpected stroke of luck and positive changes in your life. You're finally going to have the right conditions to thrive. The right conditions for your love to thrive, for your money to thrive, and a lot of that is because you're not pushing it along anymore. You're not forcing it. These people who liked it when you were available all the time, when kind of knowing what you were up to was possible, you're going so off the grid right now that even your loved ones are going to be like, what are you doing? Someone right now is currently trying to take credit for work you've put in, for your ideas. Someone is trying to pump fake you like you care when you don't. And someone has been very hypocritical and rude to you. You've received a lot of unfair treatment and you've turned the other cheek. You're about to be rewarded for that. This could have even happened very recently, people trying to make you feel unwanted or unworthy, and no one's ever going to make you feel that way. You're also noticing how certain people only reach out when needing something, no calls to check on you, no messages to see how you're doing, showing up with handout, with a favor to ask, with a problem wanting your solution. And you used to say yes every single time because not wanting to seem mean or unavailable mattered, but now you're seeing the pattern. These people only value you for what you can do for them, not for who you are, and that's why you're pulling back, that's why you're moving different, that's why you're creating distance, because you're done being used. You're done being the person everyone calls when trouble exists, but ignores when things are good. You're done being convenient. You're stepping into a version of yourself that requires people to show up with the same energy you bring, and a lot of people can't match that. So falling away naturally is happening. If you felt the truth in these words, hype this video so more chosen ones like you can see it. On top of everything, you don't care who's judging you for your unpopular opinion or your way of doing things. But these people feel like things are unresolved, wanting you to feel some type of way about their busted promises, their broken promises, the fact that never keeping their word is a pattern. These people also have an inflated sense of self, having a savior complex, always trying to play the hero but falling short. This could also be family doing this to you. This could be an internal family issue. Prolonged conflict since childhood, or for at least a significant period. These people are trying to hide some type of family secrets. It's okay for them to tell a bunch of people the shady things going on in their lives, but not wanting you to know, not wanting you to know the embarrassment, the cause, the details. But you're intuitive and you already knew this from the jump. No confirmation that you know exists for them. But whatever has been found out that you're figuring out, wanting payback for you knowing certain things about them is the goal. It really bothers them that you know about their double life, their secret reputation. It really bothers them that you know about embarrassing matters. Trying to protect their reputation for a long time has been the mission. But being so busy partying or using substances or being sloppy because maybe you haven't been around means it's just out there. People gossip. So now this person wants to have a public confrontation, wanting to make you look stupid in front of others, wanting you cancelled, not wanting people listening to you, not wanting people being influenced by you, because having to have control over everything is necessary. This could be family, this could be work, this could be a relationship. Whoever this person is to you, not liking being embarrassed because having a savior complex exists, a superiority complex exists, not wanting people knowing that you know anything about them is the priority. But you could read them without a map. You could read these people to filth in the first moments of just even being around them. You could clock what type of person exists there. And not only that, these are people you've known for a while, so somebody's trying to give you unsolicited advice, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. You have no interest. You don't care. What's really getting to observers is that you look happier now. You look more peaceful. You look like thriving is happening, and figuring out how can't happen. Because from their perspective, you're doing less, not hustling the way you used to, not grinding yourself into exhaustion, not performing for an audience. You're just being, and somehow that's producing better results than all the chaos you used to operate in. You're really putting up your middle fingers right now. No one can tell you anything. Not that ability really existed before, but you refuse to be put in a pressure cooker by society, by religion, by family, by a job, by anything. You're doing things at the beat of your own drum, and you've changed the speed. You're still going to run figure eights on these people. You're still going to run circles around observers. You're just going to be doing it in slow motion. So real annoyance exists. Why aren't you rushing? Why aren't you running with your head chopped off? Why are you doing this? Also trying to send people to spy on you, to gain info is happening. But the people spying on you are either falling in love with you, okay, the espionage is not doing what it does, or others who have turned their back on you exist. Maybe being your friends before happened. Going over to the dark side for the janky cookies has occurred. This has been a not-so-great situation where people feel like you're coming out of nowhere, which is like how much warning do people need? These people are so mad that feeling like everything you do always comes out of nowhere, whether it's fast or slow is the perception. Whoever has been fishing for comments or information, the people leading the charge have really bad karma unfolding. So you're seeing who never really genuinely supported you, who was never really committed from the jump. Some of them thought if people find out certain things, it makes them look cool. It gives them street credit. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And then others thought about it for a while like, oh, embarrassment won't happen. But then sitting and marinating and stewing occurred. And now being really mad that you know these things is the reality. Being really embarrassed, being mortified. So wanting payback exists. But being in a hurricane of bad karma is their situation. Very destructive karma. And you're just over here effortlessly winning. So a great question for you would be, why am I always winning effortlessly? Why am I so lovable? Why am I so abundant? Why am I so divinely protected? Let your subconscious prove that to you. Send it on the hamster wheel. These people trying to act tough about things and now being embarrassed is the situation. Like embarrassment won't happen, and now being in feelings is real. So wanting people to damage your reputation and doing this with no facts is the goal. If you thought a lot of people were gossiping about you, ding ding ding, you are right. Talking about you is happening, making things up, never having the facts and making up lies just because wanting to take the heat off of them is the objective. This is only extending the state of their hurricane of karma, only making it a category 5. So really shutting up should happen. This is starting a lot of drama. And okay, being on damage control is occurring. This is normally something done by themselves, and having to involve a lot of people for this damage control is necessary. To make it look like whatever you clocked, whatever you heard, whatever you found out ain't what it is. No idea that you don't care exists for them. Again, you have bigger fish to fry. You could care less. Like if less could be negative, you give negative less than anything. Not wanting you to know about their fake flexing is the priority. That not having it like that is the reality. Somebody has been racking up debt, racking up credit cards. Someone is just in a very bad situation, and somebody really wanted to make you feel this small, as if that matters to you. Keep moving in silence, because a lot like you just need to get your popcorn exists. You're working on not controlling things. That's what I mean by bigger fish to fry. Standing on your opinion, being this magnet force. You're drawing in so many things because everything you touch right now turns to gold. People are very drawn to you right now, so you're really protecting your privacy. But a lot of people working for the other side that want to gain information exist, and a bunch of people just making stuff up is happening, wanting your passwords, snooping around your equipment, snooping around your things, trying to eavesdrop. The silence you're moving in right now is the loudest statement you've ever made. People are used to you explaining yourself, justifying your choices, defending your decisions, keeping everyone updated on your moves. But now you're just moving. No announcements, no explanations, no performances, Just quiet, intentional action, and it's making people lose their minds. That might be another reason why not going around certain people is happening. You're going to come to a conclusion this week. By the end of this week, something big that needing to move on from is clear. You're about to have a chain of achievements. We have dirty offer here. You're about to have a whole chain of achievements, and whatever you're closing out, it's showing you that maybe it worked for a little bit, but now the offer is dirty. It's no longer what you need. You've outgrown it. You've evolved. Somebody that was coming against you really wanted to make it look like their life was great. Having all this stuff going on was the appearance, and now it's all being exposed that not having it like that was the truth. Things aren't great, and you're just over here unbothered. You're focusing on the things that matter, the love in your life, relaxing, taking a break, doing things with ease. We have an impersonator, and digging for dirt, looking for dirt on you. This person behind your back is impersonating you, wanting to act like you, dress like you, walk like you, talk like you, being in secret competition with you. Oh, I didn't even see this. Being a groupie. This person doesn't realize being your biggest fan is the reality. And this isn't just one person. This is several. This is several people that are perplexed by what you have going on. Seeing that you will not accept the fact that unfinished business exists, you're not giving them the time of day. You will not accept the fact that fishing for information is happening. You will not accept the fact that wanting to feud with you is the goal. Or you will not accept their broken promises or anything said, and wanting you to be uncomfortable right now is the objective, wanting to invade your personal space, wanting to make you feel left out, wanting to make you the laughingstock, and all you're going to do is shine. Your light is irritating their demons. Starting so much drama is occurring. Starting drama that not being able to finish is going to be the outcome. The universe is sending you upgrades, better connections, healthier relationships, more aligned opportunities, and the people from your old life can feel themselves being phased out, sensing that not fitting into where you're going is real. And instead of gracefully accepting that, trying to force way in is happening. So you're just entering this phase of wanting to daydream more, being more aware of the things you're visualizing, the things you're thinking about, having a more calm life, going with the flow, knowing when to relax. You're listening to your body more than ever, and you're listening to your intuition. Your body is going to tell you where to go. Your intuition is going to tell you where to go, and you're going to listen to that, because this is what's helping your lucky streak. This is what's helping your winning streak. And with that, you're just effortlessly attractive. You're not even trying to be attractive, and their reputation is just getting worse. You're gonna have people kissing your behind because you are the vault. Making your reputation bad, even if tried, can't happen. These people kissing your behind, needing something from you is the truth. Not actually liking you is real, and you've clocked that. Like knowing wanting something from me, or needing me for something, but not actually liking me is clear. These people ain't it. If this was the ringleader, trying to make themselves available all the time is what occurs. You've done that in the past and you'll never do it again. You know that's not sustainable to be available for everyone. Whether you're trying to be the hero or you're a people pleaser, you could have been doing it because of people-pleasing tendencies, and this person does it because wanting to be the hero all the time exists. Like I can do it all, I have all the power, whatever has been up to, it is played out. People are getting tired of them because just getting more and more mean is happening. The people that were loyal to them can't even deal with them anymore. Being like, oh my gosh, getting on my nerves is the feeling. Nothing is ever good enough. And it's because having unfair expectations is the pattern. This unfair, hypocritical treatment of everyone. Looking you up right now because their minions aren't finding out enough information is occurring, so now having to do their own digging exists, having to get their own hands dirty, researching you, studying you, trying to get info, trying to make anything into a big situation. Really grasping at straws is what's happening. You're also experiencing a shift in how you're being treated. People who used to dismiss you are now paying attention. People who overlooked you are now noticing. People who underestimated you are now watching closely, because your energy has changed. Your presence has strengthened, your confidence has solidified, and even if not wanting to admit it exists, feeling that you're different now is real. Now let me put you onto something real, Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app, it's declassified consciousness technology. The same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. So much justice, so much karma. There's also a love that's going to be unfolding in your life. Getting 3 types of love. For some of you it's love that is new. For others of you it's a love that is deepening. And then for others it's the love of a loyal companion. Like you could have just got a new pet. Whoever it is, you're like, this is all I need right now. Needing to be alone with my thoughts. Needing to tune out the world and what constant showing me and popular opinion tries, because you're learning to stand alone on unpopular opinion. You also deal with a lot of happiness haters, so you're just really protecting your energy right now by not going around certain people because you're so loved by the crowd. You might think that you're not, especially those of you on social media. You might feel like no one's ever paying attention to me and I feel like I'm authentic and I'm doing it right. Your time is coming. Your time is coming where getting a lot of attention is going to occur, where things going your way is going to happen, because your heart of gold is being recognized, and you just want to enjoy the fact that things are finally going well, that you can finally slow down without feeling bad, without feeling guilt, and you're going to cry certain things out. You're going to purge or cry in areas of life where letting go of control because of fear is happening. How you were raised, the pressure you put on yourself, societal pressure, you're going to really be like, okay, not needing this anymore is clear, but it doesn't mean that it might not drive you crazy. Putting an incredible amount of pressure on yourself, and then when you just can't take it anymore, melting down happens. So if you know what I'm talking about, this is something you're working on. We're just not going to force it is the goal. You're not going to force it. For instance, like sitting in a different chair that squeaks, I don't care, I'm not going to force it. Or putting on something nicer, having what I've got on, I'm not going to force it. It is what it is. So this is what you're doing. And sometimes when really wanting to get certain things done, but trying to go about it a different way exists, you're just like, I can't just make it. Let me know if you've ever had a meltdown or cried because really wanting to control the situation or the narrative, even though being tired, exhausted, losing your mind existed, and you're like, no, not going to do that because you now know it's wasting time. What's happening in this new timeline is that being seen for who you really are is occurring, not who people wanted you to be, not who you pretended to be to keep the peace, but your authentic self, and the right people are recognizing it. Being drawn to your genuine energy, appreciating your realness, valuing your honesty. These are the people who are going to be part of your new chapter. Your enemies are going through it. Can we just pause? Can we just take a moment of silence for all your enemies that are going through it? Someone's got a whole STD, someone's getting a divorce, somebody is hooked on something. Starting this mess happened. Starting all this drama because wanting to have a public confrontation with you and being so arrogant is the situation. Like this is like a boxing match where doing their little press conference and one's getting real mouthy and trying to figure out which one's going to win if you even want to watch this fight, and just talking all this smack, needing to watch out for the quiet ones, needing to watch out for the ones that don't look like even fighting happens. Some of you could be moving or considering a big move, but also feeling like that has to do with what I channeled for the end of the week. By the end of the week you could have decided to walk away from something. This could be a home, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, but it's something big where you're like, you know what, not knowing why chasing that happened, not knowing why being so attached, but not needing it anymore is clear. Not going to be relying on it anymore because not really seeing that in my future is the truth. You're not going to take something with you into this bright future. You're like it played its part, and though missing it is going to happen, not going to miss all this nonsense. Not going to miss all this drama, because certain people feel like, oh, you should hustle, you should have that, you should want that, oh my gosh, I would kill for that. No, stop, hustle culture is cancelled. You're going to make it rain without having to do all of that, needing to remember that. That's why half these people were mad at you in the first place, is because not knowing how you do it is their confusion. Getting it is your reality, and you're going to be getting it without having to lift many fingers. We now have ignoring. You're ignoring them. I would too. Really wanting to get a rise out of you is their goal. Really wanting to provoke you. And look at this confirmation. You're too busy winning. I'm too busy winning. Their life is so boring. Same thing, different day. You can't do that. Every day I'm hustling, hustling, hustling. This is you. Triple threat. All smiles. Just being your quirky self. And being like these are some terrible people is their take. Cannot block you is the truth. Not wanting you to rise. Oh well, this is like trying to usurp you. It is the time where you step into your power, but you're not eager. You're not desperate. This is just you stepping into your spotlight, and you're clocking the fear. You're clocking the control, the insecurity, the worry, the concern, and the bad habit of however you used to do that. These people are holding a grudge. Think of me over here, just like every day I'm hustling, and just over here hating on you is their position. Losers. A lot of people trying to judge you for your unpopular opinion exist, and a lot of devilish distractions trying to come in to knock you off your path are present, but you're really slowing down, so clocking that can happen. Because before, when rushing about occurred, maybe normally wouldn't clock it, but it was only adding to the frustration. Having something really big unfolding, and devil energy wants to let all this nonsense and drama get in the way of that. Wanting to knock you down a peg or 5 is the goal. You have this heart of gold, and where maybe wanting to judge certain people or certain things, or thought being too much or whatever judgment you had existed, you're seeing like, no, I do like this and not going to let people make me feel bad for liking this is my truth. Liking what I like, and not going to let people make me feel bad for liking what I like. Standing on it is happening, now might not share it with them but not going to stop. Being like, no, you might not like the same things I do, but not judging you for what you like and what you do and what your hobbies are is my position. So just mind your business. Just mind your business. Somebody has been caught red-handed trying to be greedy, trying to get a reaction out of you. Someone's trying to make you feel bad, like I told you, giving this to you was going to happen, and I didn't. Haha, this is small in the scheme of what you got going on. Sometimes doing things and it's testing people's character, so getting closure on the fact that not needing them is clear. Not needing anything tied to these people. Getting the last laugh is going to be your outcome. Somebody thought like, oh, let me give you this carrot. Oh, psych. Just kidding. You can't sit with us, and you're like you just set it on fire and laugh. So definitely wanting to be victimized by you, but trying to push it to see how far going can happen. And all it's doing is making it a category 5 karma, not helping them at all, being caught red-handed, being called out for everything, for secrets, for lies, for being greedy, for trying to block you of opportunities. These people don't know how to stop crossing certain lines or boundaries, so you're this person's final warning, and being warned several times already happened. You're generous, you're kind, You give somebody the shirt off your back. You're charitable and trying to bully you happens, trying to sabotage you, trying to compete with you, and you just look at them like being crazy is their state. You're about to go through a very big breakthrough on being unfazed, ignoring people, being uninterested, standing on what your opinion is, knowing I'm awesome, knowing my life's going to be great, knowing not needing them, knowing not needing this, and it's just a big deal. Speaking your truth is going to happen, but where normally being used to people not listening was the pattern, people are going to be listening, and these chaos agents are being dealt with, causing chaos, then numbing, causing chaos, then blacking out, forgetting, not caring, just being crazy. All of this justice is going to allow getting your confidence back. And what I mean by that is, you only felt confident before if going a mile a minute was happening, if getting all these things done, trying to feel like achieving something was occurring. But being shown that achieving things without having to do all of that can happen is coming. And that's where starting to feel more confident is going to begin. That's what working on is the focus. Throughout this week, making you uncomfortable is going to occur. And starting 1 hour from the time watching this message, would like to do that but not going to force it is the mindset. Only going to do that if feeling like should is present. Inspired action, only taking inspired action, no more forced action. So when having the energy or when having the desire, no longer making yourself feel bad is the practice. All these chaos agents, nowhere to hide exists, getting caught in the middle of trying to find your password, trying to be a hypocrite, in the middle of lying to you, getting caught red-handed, and some people might be turning on them, is occurring. And last but not least, we have masks, just came right back around in a circle, not having to mask who it is you want to be. These people wish. That's why being perplexed and having all these impossible expectations is their state, being out here losing their mind. This is your time, chosen one. This is your season. This is your moment. The universe has been preparing you for this. Every challenge was training. Every setback was redirection. Every loss was protection. Every disappointment was preparation. It was all leading you here to this moment, to this breakthrough, to this new beginning. So step into it fully, claim it boldly, own it unapologetically, walk in your power, stand in your truth, live in your purpose, shine in your light. This new world, this new life, this new you, it's not coming. It's here, it's now, it's yours. Your lucky streak begins now. Your winning streak begins now. Your best life begins now. The busybodies will always need a hobby. Let finding one be theirs. Your hobby is living your best life, and chosen one, you're just getting